The stream will carry on from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and a little bit after that. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. On my way to Fern Green Primary School. Now how am I going to get to the school? Okay, it says election meeting. Okay. Seven p.m. and I'm still late to the party. I hope the weather will be nice with me. Now where can I even stand?
Oh, I know, still by you.
Pardon me, I'm still looking for a place to stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you are streaming in, a very, very warm welcome to you rally at Jalan Kayu SMC. That is such fantastic energy, oh my goodness. As we will be having more friends, more supporters, more family members coming in to join us very, very shortly. So ladies and gentlemen, as they come on in, welcome them with a handshake, with a high five. Show them that this is the event of the year! That's the spirit as well, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, if you are coming in at this point of time, you'll notice that we have two sets of chairs that are closer to the stage. When they come on stage, to make brief, there we go. Right, you'll notice that there are two sets of chairs that are closer towards the stage. Right? Oh, we have a friend over here. That's a sign language interpreter. Can we give it a round of applause as well? Come on. Thank you. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen, over here, okay, we have two sets of chairs over here and over here because we recognize that PAP 60 years, all right, relies on the support of all our pioneer generation, all our Merdeka generation friends, and we want to thank you. We have catered special seats For you， 这些位置呢，就是为了我们这些年长的朋友们特地安排的。在这个时候呢，各位朋友们，如果是比较年轻的朋友们，这个因为我们开始越来越多朋友了，我们就如果是有看到有乐龄的朋友们，就让他们坐这个位置嘛。If you have any elderly friends, if you are young, able-bodied, energetic, where we want you to be is not in the chairs, we want you to be in the front. Because the more people in front, the more energy that is gathered, and the more energy, the more power that we will have in our rally. So for all our friends coming in, come on in, join us, fill up these gaps at the front. For our friends with the flags, you are important. Let me see those flags wave! Lovely, fantastic energy. Right, some more housekeeping matters, ladies and gentlemen, some housekeeping matters we also have, right? Alright, if you need to use the washroom, they are over there. Alright, if you need to exit, they are over there, This reminds me of, the old advertisement, the bodybuilder. The toilets are over there. Danger. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen, alright, we have a lot of friends coming in, say hi to them. If you see any familiar faces, most importantly, especially for our younger friends, right? Take photos, take videos, show them, share them on your social media. Let them know that we have a lot of powerful energy here today and we are expecting wonderful, fantastic things. And it is also because all of our friends over here supporting us. You guys make the magic happen. So thank you to everyone right over here. Alright, we're gonna get things going very, very shortly, but right over here, once again, very, very important. As if you use anything, if you use any plastics, tissue papers, all of these, as you take your leave later on after the rally, if you have any facial masks, if you have any pieces of paper, please look around yourselves after you take your leave to make sure that we don't leave anything behind. Now we already have briefed our volunteers to help do a sweep, but I'm sure there are friends supporting the PAP. You are responsible people, right? You are responsible people. You will make sure that this place is cleaner than when you came. Can I have your cooperation on that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now before we start anything, we still have quite some time. I'm gonna teach you a couple of things. All right. Okay, now usually we have our cheer PAP. This time, okay, it's very exhausting. Okay, I'm gonna lose my breath after 1 minute of that. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a bit more impact. Okay, can I have everyone? Okay, I need your help. Can we do claps in this rhythm? Clap. Let me hear. Okay, one more time. Clap. Okay, try that. Our time must time from 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. The next one we're going to add in. Okay, these claps are for us to catch our breath, for us to take a. Because if we keep shouting BAP, we're gonna run out of breath. Right? So we're gonna do, instead of BAP, we're gonna do PAP. Fantastic. This is just a practice round, but give yourselves a round of applause for that. Thank you very much. We are going to crank up the energy later on as our candidates start to join us. We're going to crank up the energy even more. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you see any people beside you, whom you do not know yet, if you're an unfamiliar face, give them a handshake, give them a high five, and tell them which area you're from, whether you're from Kebun Baru, from Yio Chu Kang, from Ang Mo Kio GRC. We have some friends coming in from Sengkang as well. And of course the home ground, Jalan Kayu SMC. Ladies and gentlemen, make some friends, because with these connections, with this friendship, we will be stronger. Alright, we are counting on all the bonds that we have here. The more bonds, the more friendships forged right over here, we will take this rally to the next level. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep the energy going on later. We have some fan signs coming up. Mr. Chee Meng's got neon sign. The neon sign switch off already. Okay, no, you can fix it later. Right, a lot of signs, placards, wonderful. Okay, it is starting to fill up. Once again, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Safety first, safety first. Always look out for each other's safety. If there is someone beside you, someone around you who looks like he or she is in trouble or he or she is in distress, 有点困难的话，你看到周围的朋友们有点困难的话呢，举起手，叫一下帮忙，all right, ask for help, all right, ask for help, because we do have our volunteers here, our marshals, our ushers, all right, who are looking out for you. They know where the assistance, where the medical first aid and support are. We do have ambulances on standby. We do have emergency plans. But most importantly, we need you to look out for one another. All right, over here, we also have our exits at the back, the left as well as the right side. If there are any emergency, we should need to evacuate. 我们如果需要避难的话呢，就是靠这两个出口。All right, we need to use these two exits at the back. In case of really, really heavy rain, stormy weather. All right, in case. Now I look at the weather.
大出
No. All right. And I am confident that tonight we are blessed. So we probably don't need to use this emergency, but in the situation where the rain really gets too heavy, all right, especially for our more vulnerable friends, for our friends who are more of a weak constitution, I'd like to invite you to exit towards that side of the field and towards the canteen of Fern Green Primary School. 如果雨真的下到非常非常大的话呢，在倾盆大雨的话，各位朋友们，请利用你们右后脚这个出口到我们的餐厅来避雨。And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if there should be any rain, alright, we have umbrellas, we have ponchos catered for everyone. So we can keep the energy, we can keep the party going. So as more of our friends come streaming in, right, we're gonna take a while. I'm gonna check on things. Once we are ready, we're gonna come on and we're gonna kick things off, and we are going to show all the people of Singapore. We're going to show all the people of Singapore the power of the Ang Mo Kio GRC families together with Yo Chu Kang, Kavan Maru, and Tan Keo! Thank you. We take a break, we'll check on our schedule. And once we're ready, ladies and gentlemen, it is all night. We're going to show them the power of our family.
Unidentified object in the sky.
在这里倒弯啊。那我们。
Ladies and gentlemen, our Ang Mo Kio family, all our supporters of BAP, all the friends in Jalan Kayu SMC, let me hear you chant, clap, clap, BAP, clap, clap, BAP, clap, clap, BAP, clap, clap, BAP, go, BAP, ladies and gentlemen of Jalan Kayu SMC, our friends of Ang Mo Kio GRC, Yio Chu Kang and Kebun Baru SMC, and all our friends from across the island, a very good evening to you. Thank you for coming here. Can I hear you? Make some noise! Wonderful, wonderful. This is a fantastic energy, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all our friends in the field. I see our field, we have so many people. Right, if you want to make your way to the front, come on over. Show us your energy, show us where you are. And also, ladies and gentlemen, right over here, right, we are very blessed. Number one, why are we blessed? Okay, because firstly, look at the weather. Look at the weather, clear skies tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Can we hear some noise? Number two, we are in the heartlands. Look around you. This is Jalan Kayu SMC. This is the town of Fernville. Right, we have plenty of residents in the HDBs. We have plenty of visitors as well. Okay, what I want you to do, turn around, look at the multi-story car park. Wave to our friends over there. Come on. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, when we see some phone torchlights coming on. Thank you very much for your support. These are the balcony seats, yeah, the gallery seats. Thank you very much for coming here. Of course, some people even on the rooftop garden having got chairs, can sit down. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very warm welcome. Thank you all for taking the time to join us here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jackie, and I am a resident of Ang Mo Kio GRC. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I also have ties to this place because right now here is Jalan Kayu SMC. Ladies and gentlemen, my old area, I used to be part of Jalan Kayu as well. And of course, right over here, we want to bring the energy. Tonight, I will be your MC for the early part. Okay, we have two parts here today. Now, if you have watched our rallies, right, or whether our PAP rallies or the other party rallies, you will notice that the MC hosts throughout the event. Now, today is a special special arrangement. Why? Because on our slate of candidates, we have some other people with fantastic talents as well. And we're going to share some of the, we're going to give them all the airtime they need. We're going to give them all the support they need. Before we can get into the main matters, get the main, okay, some, welcome there, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get the main matters, we have some housekeeping matters I need to run through with everyone once again. Alright, first things, the exits. You know where the exits are because you came from them, okay? Once again, they are towards the back, the left side as well as the right side of the field, alright? Should any emergency happen, should we need to evacuate, ladies and gentlemen, please do so in an orderly manner. We need to take care of each other. We need to take care of our friends. We need to take care of our family. So please take care of that. Now, if you need to use the washrooms, there are washrooms right over there by the hard court, okay? If you exit there, you will see the portable washrooms. Right, thank you very much. Next thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay, we are the white party, all right? We are the party of cleanliness. We are the party of purity. All right, as we leave this place, please make sure to pick up all your litter with you. Please make sure to pick up all your litter with you. In fact, let's leave this place cleaner than before we came. Can we do that? If we can do that, show me a thumbs up. Fantastic. I love your response, love your energy. All right. Next thing, we still have a couple of other, other housekeeping matters. In the situation, should it start to rain, all right? Our volunteers, we have prepared umbrellas, we have prepared ponchos. If the rain is not too heavy, we carry on because with rain brings lightning, and we are the lightning. Come on! Wonderful. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if there should be any medical emergency, all right, raise your hand, shout out, shout medic. OK， 如果是有紧急的话呢，是有紧急需要急救的话，举手喊出 medic. Because even though maybe we have speakers, right, first aid safety is still the most important. We need to get the person to safety. We do have ambulances standing by, and we will be able to take care of all our friends over here. So thank you very much for your support. For all our friends over here, we're going to get things started. Hey, right over here, we are in Jalan Kayu SMC. We mentioned earlier, we are the Ang Mo Kio family. The Ang Mo Kio family, all right? We have one major GRC. We have 3 SMCs around us because we are all part of the same team. We will be taking care of each other. Let's do a roll call. What is a roll call? I will be shouting out your name. If you're from that area, what I want you to do, I want you to clap. I want you to cheer. I want you to wave your flags. I want you to scream. Show us where you're from. Tell us that you are here and you're ready to represent. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. We start from KB. Where are our friends from Kebun Baru? Wonderful. Wonderful, spread out, okay, there we go, some energy, keep it going. Next thing, our friends from Yio Chu Kang. I tell you, Yio Chu Kang, they are one of the earliest group here. Their banners, their placards, their flags all the way in the air. I don't know how they do it. Some bionics going on. Next thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay, we home ground we'll talk about it last, okay? Next thing, we also have, because this is next door, this is neighbors, we have a huge GRC. Do we have any supporters from Sengkang GRC? All our friends from back, thank you for coming, thank you for crossing the river, thank you for showing your support over here. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, next one, our Ang Mo Kio family. Okay, we have a lot of different areas. We have various branches coming, okay? People, our friends under Miss Nadia, we're our friends from Chengshan! Love it. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, where are our friends? Okay, where are our friends from the previous Jalan Kayu is inside Ang Mo Kio GRC. That's where I was from. Where are our friends from the previous Jalan Kayu? Wonderful. Next one. Another place that is another place where I grew up, Hougang area, ladies and gentlemen, where our friends from Ang-Mo-Kio, Hougang. That's it. Next up, where the home ground, where our giant is, where our friends from Kwek. Ang-Mo-Kio GRC, you miss out anyone or not? There. Okay, whoa, over there. See those guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the home ground, where our friends from this place, where is Jalan Kayu SMC? Next up, we have a lot of friends coming together. Once again, I need to remind you that this is one Ang-Mo-Kio family. Okay, all together, ladies and gentlemen. Can I hear you make some noise? Ang-Mo-Kio family! Wonderful. Let's keep the energy going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, next thing I'm going to share with you is called a rallying cry. Okay, 这是我们的口号. Right, you see our previous rallies, we always have this rallying cry, Majula cry. Okay, Majula cry. So this one, I'm going to get everyone on the same page. Today, we're going to do this set of two. The first time, okay, if a speaker, if I or any speaker later on comes up, the first time a person shouts Majula, we respond with Singapura. The second time the person shouts Majula, we respond with BAP. Okay, wonderful instructions. Okay, we're gonna see which side is giving us more energy. We're gonna cut down the line right in the center over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, our friends. Okay, we start with this side. Okay. Okay, when I say Majula, you say Singapore. Second time Majula, BAP. Okay, with more impact, pump your fists into the air. Okay, people on this side of the field, Majula! Majula! Fantastic! Over on this side, okay, this side, what a crazy one, oh. Okay, I'm sure you guys will do better, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Majula! Majula! All right, all together right now, one Ang-Mo-Kio family. Majula! Majula! Fantastic, give yourselves a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are all very excited because this is the rally event of the evening. This is the rally event of the night. We are so happy that you are here to join us. But before we can welcome our candidates onto stage, before we can welcome our candidates and begin the main show, what I want to ask all of you here, all our friends over here, take a moment, think about it. Why are you here? Why are you here with us here today? There are reasons. We take time to come on down to this event. We take time to join our friends. We take the time in the evening away from our family, away from our work to be here because we have very, very important reasons. Let me share with you. I myself, I tell you, I'm a resident of Ang-Mo-Kio GRC. For 30 years, I was a resident of Aljunied GRC. I've been through, been through those many years. In 2020, on the elections announcement, the results of the election, it was a very powerful feeling for me. And with this result, I told myself, I need to step forward. I need to start playing my part. I need to play my part. I need to be there to build a better future for all of Singapore. I'm sure with us over here, we all resonate with that message, ladies and gentlemen. But sometimes it's a bit difficult. We might be afraid to step up, speak up online. Why? Because it is a very rough place out there. Saying, being there, fighting for the BAP, can get us a lot of backlash. But I told myself, what is even worse is that we lose the future of Singapore. That's why I need to step forward. We need to brave these battles, but beyond ourselves, right? What we face online, what we face in our Facebook, Instagram, social media. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, okay, these are just small things. What is important is that these people, they are leading the charge. We are going to welcome them onto stage and they will show us where we can go and we will support them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our candidates one by one. As I read out their names, Show them your support. First up, from Ang Mo Kio Hougang, from Ang Mo Kio GRC, Daryl David! Our friend, our champion from Sengkang GRC, Dr. Lam Ben Man! We have, ladies and gentlemen, from Kebun Baru SMC, Mr. Henry Kwek. Yio Chu Kang SMC, Mr. Yip Hon Weng. The Ang Mo Kio GRC, Miss Jasmine Lou. Ang Mo Kio GRC, Mr. Victor Lang. Ang Mo Kio GRC, Miss Nadia Samdin. Jalan Kayu SMC, Mr. Chee Meng. Ladies and gentlemen, our champion, the man who has led our country for so many years, Senior Minister, Mr. Hsien Loong. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have the talent of man who has been in front of crowds, entertaining people and leading people for so many years. He will be bringing you through the rally. Please welcome Mr. Daryl David.
Good evening, everyone. You all feeling good? 大家晚上好，大家好不好 Selamat malam, apa kabar? Kabar baik? Malay Vanagam and Yipri to all of our crowd here, all of our supporters here. My name is Daryl David, and I am one of the PAP candidates from our Ang Mo Kio family. I use the term Ang Mo Kio family, not Ang Mo Kio GRC, because we have our Ang Mo Kio family behind us here on stage. And together with my colleagues here, we are going to reach out to the people of Jalan Kayu. Where are you, Jalan Kayu? Kebun Baru. Where is Kebun Baru? Yio Chu Kang. And of course, Ang Mo Kio GRC. We also have a very special group of brothers and sisters here from the NTUC. Where are our NTUC brothers and sisters? Can I hear you? Thank you. Thank you for your support and for keeping our connection strong. Thank you, NTUC brothers and sisters. It's been my privilege to serve as the Member of Parliament for Ang Mo Kio GRC for the last 10 years, especially my ward of Ang Mo Kio Hougang. Did I hear someone shout, Ang Mo Kio Hougang? There you are, Ang Mo Kio Hougang. I see you, I hear you. In Ang Mo Kio Hougang, we always believe in building on what I call the ABCs of community. We assist, we build bonds, and that way we create community via our events, via our MPS sessions, via all of our initiatives. I've also had the privilege to be very involved in Ang Mo Kio Town Council work as well, as the Vice Chairman for 5 years. I see some hands waving there. You from the Town Council? Thank you for coming down, our comrades from there. And also as Chairman for the last 5 years. Now, Town Council work is not just about municipal management. we have worked hard as a team to not just maintain the environment, enhance the environment, but also drive town-wide initiatives across the entire Ang Mo Kio town family by improving our homes, we renew estates, and we also enhance communities. A wonderful example will be the Ang Mo Kio Town Centre, which we transformed from something that was rather old, had been about 40 over years old, and over the last 18, 24 months, we rejuvenated it, we renewed it, we rebuilt it, we remade it, and now it's an exciting Ang Mo Kio Town Centre. Now, how many of you here love your Ang Mo Kio Town Centre? I know that I love it. I know because I live in Ang Mo Kio town, so I'm there average once or twice a week. It is a wonderful town centre. So to my TC colleagues who are out there, let me just say that I appreciate the work that you do. We all appreciate the work that you do, and we hope to continue this relationship as we serve our people of Ang Mo Kio town. It's also been an honour and a privilege to speak in Parliament as an elected representative of the people. Now I know you might have read some comments, or people have made some comments about PAP backbencher MPs. Are they really effective? Can they do a good job? Are they afraid to speak up? Are they just quite toe the line? Well, to those people, I can only say this. PAP backbencher MPs are not yes men or women. We are not yes men or women. And if anyone wants to categorize PAP backbencher MPs and such, then to me, that's just nonsense. PAP MPs scrutinize and debate every government policy and bill. Sure, we may not oppose everyone thoughtlessly, but if we feel that's a good reason, we push back, speak up, we challenge. I have spoken up many times in Parliament. With almost 25 years of experience as an educator in the education industry, I have spoken in Parliament on the need for an alternative to the PSLE. I have spoken up in Parliament on how we can enhance the professional development of our teachers. Perhaps the most important human resource Singapore has, our teachers. I have spoken up for their professional development. And I have spoken up about the need to provide a personal learning device for every child, all the way down to primary school. So I have spoken up, and I will continue to speak up if I am re-elected. So I say again, and I believe that I speak for many of my colleagues behind me on stage and many of our other colleagues who are PAP MPs. PAP MPs are not yes men or women, and we do speak up. We do speak up. Very soon you'll be hearing all my comrades and friends behind me speaking up as an Ang Mo Kio family, stating why you should support the PAP and why you need to vote for the PAP on May 3rd. But before that though, I want to bring everyone together as our Ang Mo Kio family. I talked about the different divisions, different parts, where we came from and everything, but tonight this is really an Ang Mo Kio family rally. So are you ready to join me in bringing us together in the spirit of the Ang Mo Kio family? Are you ready to do it the way we do it in the northeast side? Ang Mo Kio family? All right then, it's really simple. You know what to do. Ang Mo Kio family, hawan ang taike, henga, onga. Lagi satu kali, henga, onga. One last time with energy, henga, onga. Our next speaker from our Ang Mo Kio family is someone I know very well. I started volunteering with him in 2013 when I was just joined his Meet the People sessions. He's a skilled doctor whose heart and compassion for people continues in Sengkang to this day, where he and his team have remained active on the ground. It is my honor to present the candidate for Sengkang GRC, is someone I'm proud to refer to as my mentor, my comrade, and more importantly, my friend. Please welcome Dr. Lam Bin Min.
My fellow Singaporeans, residents of Ang Mo Kio GRC, Jalan Kayu, Kebun Baru, Yio Chu Kang, and most importantly, my dear residents of Sengkang GRC. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. It is truly an honor to stand before you, not just as a PAP candidate for Sengkang GRC, but as someone who shares your hopes, your challenges, your dreams for our home Singapore. It is encouraging to see so many familiar and new faces in the crowd. I stand here with a humble heart, grateful for the nearly 15 years I've been part of this Fernville community, right now in the new Jalan Kayu SMC. Over the years, you have watched me grow as much as I have watched this estate blossom. When I first started serving Fernville in 2006, it was a young, almost empty estate. Many of you would have remembered the early days, just a few housing blocks, amidst of a lot of construction and open fields. But look at Fernville now. It has transformed into a thriving, vibrant, and beautiful estate. This transformation did not happen by chance. It is our journey together, and I'm proud to have contributed to it over the years, together with my PAP comrade, Mr. Gan Tiang Po. I believe Mr. Chee Meng will continue to serve Jalan Kayu SMC well and make it an even better place for all. Fernville's growth from a new town into a close-knit community is our shared achievement. Every new park bench, every covered walkway from the LRT, every block party, I see the fingerprints of residents who gave feedback and volunteers who poured their hearts into making it happen. I'm grateful you let me be a part of this beautiful transformation. 5 years ago, Sengkang residents spoke through their votes, and I respected that. I returned to private life as a doctor, spending more time with my wife and 2 daughters. But something kept pulling me back to Sengkang. I found myself walking the blocks again, visiting the hawker center, chatting with residents at the coffee shops. Even though I was no longer your MP, I cherish the friendships and bonds we built over 14 years of working together. Many of you have welcomed me back with warm smiles during these informal visits. Some of you even shared your problems or gave suggestions, just like the good old times. I'll be honest with you, coming back is a tough decision. My family had to accept that I would be spending many late nights out again, that I might not be home for dinner as often, that we may face the risk of another defeat. I discussed it again at length with my wife. In the end, she told me, if this is for the residents of Sengkang and it makes you whole, go for it. I'm blessed with a supportive family that understands my calling to serve. I hope I can show them through this comeback that when you believe in something and care for people, you never give up. But I also know that I'm an underdog in this fight. It will be an uphill task. It will not be easy. I may have lost the election in 2020, but I never lost my determination to fight for you. I come with no ego and no entitlement, only a sincere desire to serve you again. Now, my friends, it is exactly this ethos and spirit of the PAP that the opposition parties have concocted this fallacy of the buy one, get one free narrative. They say, vote in the opposition, but still expect the losing PAP candidates to deliver the services like a one-for-one deal. Do you believe in that? In fact, it got even more absurd recently. The new narrative of 1 + 1 + 1, buy one, get two free. Vote for the opposition and the PAP will work doubly hard as the grassroots advisor and the branch chairman. Do you believe in this too? Just like any scam tactics, if it sounds too good to be true, it is probably not true. In fact, 1 + 1 can end up being less than 1. And why do I say that? Let me explain. It's about practical teamwork. 1 + 1 can be less than 1. And that happens when there is poor coordination, conflicting policies, or misaligned incentives, often the case in constituencies represented by opposing political parties. Think of it like driving a car with one person steering and another person braking. What's the outcome? Inefficiency and suboptimal performance. Progress slows down, living environment stagnates. Given this, the real deal will be to vote for the PAP candidate. Why? Because the PAP candidate has the integrity and passion to be your voice in Parliament. They will ensure an effective town council management and build a cohesive and caring community through the grassroots movement. And on top of that, still benefiting from the opposition voices in Parliament through the NCMP scheme. This is the 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 deal. Don't you agree? In essence, this approach achieves the best of both worlds, a strategic balance between competent constituency management and a diverse parliamentary voice, a true political sweet spot. My dear Sengkang GRC residents, we have come a long way together, from the early days of mud paths and sparse amenities to the vibrant Sengkang of today. But our journey is not over. In many ways, there is still a long road ahead to fully realize the dream we have started. There are unfinished plans and new dreams we have yet to achieve for Sengkang. I want to be here to see this through with you. I may have fallen in 2020, but today I'm coming back with even more determination and humility. I humbly ask for a second chance for me to come back to serve you with all my heart, a second chance for us to finish what we started, a second chance to write the next chapter of Sengkang's story together with you. So together, let's make Sengkang a better home for all. Vote for the PAP.
first met our next speaker when we stood for election in 2015 as part of the PAP team then. We continued our teamwork to work together. He is the Vice Chairman of the Ang Mo Kio Town Council and played a huge part in the rejuvenation of Ang Mo Kio Town Centre. Please welcome the PAP candidate for Kebun Baru SMC, Mr. Henry Kwek.
Good evening, my friends from Ang Mo Kio, from Kebun Baru. 10 years ago, when I first stepped into Ang Mo Kio Block 115, a place where many frail seniors without family support live, I met Uncle Ben, sitting alone, looking frail and tired, and I sat next to him. He told me, "Young man, all I want is to grow old with dignity, to be seen, to be heard, to be mettled." His simple words stayed with me, because even simple wishes can be hard to fulfill. Loneliness is a hard reality for many of our seniors, whether living alone or when after losing loved ones. Loneliness becomes harder when coupled with sickness. And that's why we started Ideal at Block 115 to care for frail seniors without family support. Our people knock on the doors, cook warm meals for them, spark friendship through neighbors. We earn their trust, help them see doctors, and care for their health, so that each of their day feel a little bit better, a little bit brighter. Uncle Ben's hope and Madam Wong's story reminds me why Ideal at 115 matters. Madam Wong, 78, was falling ill and growing increasingly isolated. Our befrienders found her through her neighbors and started knocking on the doors. At first, she was insistent on being left alone. Neighbors found her hard to approach and avoided her. However, our volunteers continued. Slowly but surely, she came out from her shell, find purpose to even help her neighbors with her errands. And she told me, 我现在终于有了一个家. I finally found home. Jilao, as it's fondly called, is now a home where seniors can stay active, stay connected, and live with dignity. As words of its impact spread, visitors from across the government came to see it. Hard questions were asked. What makes this work? How to sustain it? And how to scale it without losing its heart? And that reflects something deeper. A system of governance that listens carefully to small voices, examine what works, and quietly scale it for the good of all. It is through this spirit of governance that the PAP listens, not to applause, but to the quiet hope of our people. Later, SM Lee cited Lee Lau during his final National Day rally as one of several community models that the government studied for developing HWell SG. And HWell SG now serves all seniors, frail and healthy, all across the entire nation. This is just one small example of how the PAP government responds to good ideas, not for applause, not for optics, but by seriously testing ideas, weighing trade-offs, and quietly scaling what works. In Parliament, PAP MPs propose real solutions, and the government responds with real steps, not slogans. My friends, in a time when the world feels uncertain, I want you to listen and to know that the PAP listens, the PAP delivers, and the PAP cares, not just with words, but in action. Here, real care is to do what is necessary, not just what feels good. This is how hopes are truly honored. not by promises or words alone, but by delivering results that stand the test of time. My dear friends, Singapore needs a pair of steady hands and a team of good stewards. Honesty to test ideals, pragmatism to turn ideals into action. And this is how PAP builds Singapore, step by step, crisis after crisis. And here in Kebun Baru, we built our home the same way, with quiet determination, through every highs and lows, always moving forward together. Together, we built a lush, beautiful and caring home where seniors age with dignity, where young families grow with hope. And we made Kebun Baru for a new generation, for strengthening the roots that hold us together. Even as we cherish what we have built, we know our work is not done. In the years ahead, we will focus on what matters most in Kebun Baru, easing the cost of living, helping everybody live long and well, and preparing our people for a changed world. My friends, if you believe in this future for Kebun Baru, I humbly ask for your support and for your vote. Thank you. 过去10年，我们一步一脚印，把哥本巴鲁打成一个绿意满满、温馨美丽的家园。我们推出了数十项关怀政策计划，凝聚了数百名义工，陪伴了数千名居民走过了风雨。在接下来的几年，我和我们的义工们都会再接再厉，帮大家度过通膨，陪伴我们的年长者健康长寿、幸福同行。在这个不断巨变的世界中，与大家风雨同行，携手并进，打造一个更光明的未来。And the future begins here in Kebun Baru, where family thrives, where seniors age with purpose and dignity, where we've built a home that holds the dreams of our children. Because your hope gives us purpose, your concerns give us resolve. Together we'll overcome challenges and build what's next with courage and care. Thank you, Kebun Baru. Thank you, Hamakil.
Thank you, Henry. Our next speaker also works very closely with Henry and myself as a Vice Chairman of Ang Mo Kio Town Council. He cares for the young and the old across generations, is an avid sportsman and a long-distance runner. So if you want someone to go the distance for you, then I say, vote for your candidate for Yio Chu Kang SMC, Mr. Yip Hon Weng.
Dear fellow Singaporeans and Yio Chu Kang residents, this election is about many things, but more than policies or promises, it's about something deeper. It's about care, about having someone who stands with you, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. A few weeks ago, I met an elderly auntie at Kedai, our free community shop in Yio Chu Kang. She held my hand and said, MP, thank you. This small thing, it helps a lot. Her words stay with me because in its heart, what we do is simple. We care for people, one resident at a time. Kedai isn't just a government program. It is a ground-up initiative built by residents, for residents, volunteers, donors, neighbors, all coming together to lift one another up. Since 2020, my mission has been to build a Yio Chu Kang where every resident feels supported and cared for. And that is what the People's Action Party stands for. Service, solidarity, and standing with you in good times and bad. We know the cost of living is on everyone's mind. We didn't need headlines to tell us. We heard it from you at the coffee shops, in the market, at the block visits. That's why we acted. Through the assurance package, families received real support, cash payouts, CDC vouchers, MediSave top-ups. Because caring isn't about grand speeches, it's about real help, reaching real people at the right time. Let me share a few examples of what caring looks like here in Yio Chu Kang. At Kedai, residents pick up essentials, no questions asked. Project Green Stripe collected over 200 kilograms of clothing, giving families dignity and hope. We rolled out free vaccination programs for our seniors. Through our Belanja Meal initiative, $1 turned into a warm meal and a warmer smile. Our Budget Meal initiative ensures $3.50 gets you a hearty meal at participating stores. Behind every initiative is the same purpose: to care for residents, to lift each other up. Yio Chu Kang is home to many seniors, and I care deeply about them. That's why we work to make Yio Chu Kang Singapore's first fully dementia-friendly neighborhood, where seniors are embraced, respected, and supported by all of us. Caring for our seniors is not just a program, it's a way of life. Caring also means carrying your voices where it matters in Parliament. Over the past 5 years, I've spoken up over 580 times and delivered 130 speeches. Who on the other side has spoken more than me? Not because I like to hear myself talk, but because every concern you raise matters. Some may say only opposition MPs ask the tough questions. PAP MPs are silent backbenchers. But let's be honest, that's a convenient myth. What they don't see is that the so-called silent backbenchers work even when cameras stop rolling. We speak directly and frankly to the ministers. We shape solutions behind the scenes. When I pushed for higher MediSave withdrawal limits, it wasn't just a speech. I followed through, and the limits were indeed raised. When I called for more service SG centres, I helped build the case for it. Today, we have 9 centres across Singapore, offering over 200 services under one roof. When I flagged the need for better multilingual communication for our seniors, I worked with agencies to make our messages clearer and kinder. Because caring means getting things done and following through. Across the PAP, my colleagues and I do the hard work because we care. We stay close to our residents. We build better policies, symbiotic with you. We don't just show up during elections, we show up every time it matters. My fellow Singaporeans, the road ahead will not always be easy. There will be challenges, there will be moments of uncertainty, but we are Singaporeans. We do not give up, we lift each other up. We will find a way forward together. Because here, every resident matters and every voice matters. So tonight, I ask for your trust. Not just to vote for me, but to vote for the values we believe in. Vote for a future built on care, commitment, and community. Vote for the People's Action Party. Vote for Singapore that leaves no one behind. for Singapore that moves forward together. Majulah Singapura!
Will we vote for the PAP? I ask again, will we vote for the PAP? That's right. Keep the energy going, my Ang Mo Kio family. We are here as an Ang Mo Kio family. Now, I met this next speaker only about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but since then, I've been absolutely impressed by her focus, her commitment, her attitude, and her general ability to be on the ball. Now, when I say on the ball, I'm using a very appropriate analogy because if you read about her in the media, you will know that she's an accomplished former national netballer, still plays basketball to this day very competitively. You know what I'm talking about, right? And that teamwork has really carried over as we work together as a team. She's also an accomplished professional with almost 20 years in the public service. So would you please welcome my teammate in Ang Mo Kio GRC, Miss Jasmine Lou.
Hi everyone! Before I start proper, I did want to thank the crew tonight and the volunteers because without their help, this is what you will see. Good evening, fellow Singaporeans. We stand here tonight for the same reason. Because Singapore is our home and because we believe in Singapore. I am a mother of 2 boys. They are probably watching Paw Patrol at night tonight. I am also a wife, a daughter, and a sister. I carry my loved ones in my heart when I go to work, when I stand here tonight, and when I go home today. I want them to grow up, to grow old in a Singapore tomorrow that is brighter than the Singapore of today. And I know that you want the same. I've met so many of you over the past few days. Yes, I know I missed some, but I tried my best. You shared with me your concerns about your children's education, your own jobs, and the health of your parents. But you don't just share with me your concerns. You also share with me practical ideas for your neighborhood. You tell me, can we put a bench at the pickup point for tired residents? You tell me, can we build a zebra crossing or paint one to help the students get to school safely? And you ask not just for yourselves, but for all the neighbors around you. I hear your concerns, and I treasure all of your ideas. I promise to work with all of you to build the brighter Singapore of tomorrow. A Singapore where students don't have to pack their days with tuition just to compete with each other, but where we learn from each other to compete with the world outside. A Singapore where parents, like all of you, work hard, you feel fulfilled, but you also have strength to go home and nurture your children. A Singapore where opportunities don't just go to those with resources, but all of us have opportunities to keep improving our own skills. And a Singapore where our aged parents, I think my parents are somewhere here tonight, where our aged parents don't just enjoy an excellent healthcare system, but we enjoy excellent health and can stay active and connected. Are we there yet? I don't think so. But this is the Singapore that I have worked hard over the past 20 years to build together with you. We listen hard, we study diligently, we debate passionately, and sometimes we get upset with each other. But we continue working as Singaporeans for Singapore. And this is what my teammates and I promise to work hard for in Parliament with your support. We will listen hard, we will study diligently, we will debate passionately, and some days we will get upset with each other. But we will continue working as a team for you. So I ask for your support, I ask for your trust. The dreams I have as a Singaporean, the heart I have as a mother, and the conviction I have as a former civil servant, I will bring all these with me into Parliament. And together, our Singapore of tomorrow will be brighter than today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. I told you she was on the ball, right? Is she on the ball? Is she on the ball? I look forward to playing basketball with her one day. That should be quite a contest. Our next speaker might be new to the Ang Mo Kio family, but he's not new to this. We met 10 years ago when we both stood as candidates in 2015. His path is a bit different from mine. He's led the Aljunied team with determination and resilience. And I'm sure he's going to bring that same passion and fire to our Ang Mo Kio team. Please welcome Victor Lai.
Good evening, my fellow Singaporeans. 大家晚上好。I am Victor Lai, Lai Tianfa. Tonight, I only have a few minutes. I want to cover some items on politics, policies, and people. And as I go around, we may have more time to exchange and share more ideas. Politics. I have walked, I've listened, I've served. From the ground up, in effect for 3 terms outside of Parliament. Facing off the leadership team from the opposition, not once, but twice. Rain or shine, 我坚持到底 persevere. We work hard, not just during elections, but right after every election, every day. The opposition knows this. My residents know it. This is the grit, the gumption, the ground experience that we bring to serve you in Ang Mo Kio. My friends, with increased political contestation, we must keep our people united. Serving in an opposition ward, I have endured toxic and emboldened opposition supporters. But that's par for the course. But it gets personal. When my children grew up, they told me not to read the toxic comments online about me. That pained my heart. That meant they had read those toxic rants and comments, falsehoods, and they want to protect me. I thank my children, my wife for supporting me all these years. Thank you. What kind of politics do we want in Singapore? I say, our Singapore brand of politics is not that of overseas. It must be one that unites, not one that divides. As Prime Minister said, our fight is for Singapore on the world stage. Our people, our politics must unite. Our politics must be multiracial without foreign interference. We cannot, we must not, we shall not tolerate political parties or leaders working with foreign interference that threaten our precious unity. We must call this out. Policies. To govern, we need to win elections. But I believe it is ultimately to win our people's hearts. While in government, I worked on a wide range of policies. Could have stayed on, climbed the ladder, but I chose to take a tougher path. In the private sector, I felt it would give me the right experience to be a better policy maker, to be cut from a different cloth. In business, I have transformed, I have turned around many businesses. I have worked with multinational talent. I lived overseas. From a distance, I looked at Singapore. I appreciate our strengths. I understand our people's vulnerabilities. I hope to add my experience to the diversity within the PAP to put more heart into our policies. Logic alone is not enough. Being smart in policy is not enough. Coal efficiency must be warmed up by our people feeling that we care for you. Therefore, where we can, we must explain, consult, involve, and win hearts to convince our people that we are doing it right, doing it well for you and for your children. If you are not convinced, we will have failed politically. For example, I have been retrenched. I know what it is like to apply for a job past age 50. I also wonder why someone with less relevant experience is hired. I say we must remain open to global talent, but global talent that complements us, not replace us. It cannot be at the expense of qualified Singaporeans. It must not crowd out opportunities for Singaporeans to get that needed experience. Good work has been done by MOM, but we can do more to scrutinize employment practices. We must prevent the quiet displacement of Singaporeans that go unnoticed. People, you are at the center of what we do. Your PAP MPs have worked hard for you. In Fernvale, there have been many estate improvements and social support programs, most recently Happy Mark. In Bangkok, new community spaces such as the Aquatic Park and Bangkok Square all have added vibrancy. But going forward, we will improve transport connectivity, enhance the sports park, and bring even more social programs to build up our kampong spirit. The stakes in G2025 are high. The world has changed. More uncertain, more divided, more dangerous. But we will not let it happen in Singapore. As we celebrate as G60, let's secure our future together. Choose competent, honest, and trustworthy leaders. So I ask you, has the PAP delivered through thick and thin? Has the PAP delivered unity and give us a secure future? Which party is honest, capable, and trustworthy? PAP, vote PAP, Majulah PAP, Majulah Singapura. Thank you.
I told you he brought that fire and passion. Our next speaker is from our Ang Mo Kio GRC team. I've had the pleasure of working with her for the last 5 years. And during that time, I've been impressed by her dedication, her determination. She leads from the heart. But what's even more amazing is, somehow in that time, she managed to have a baby, who's now an adorable 5 months old. You know who I'm talking about, right? You know who I'm talking about? Can't hear you? One more time, can't hear you. I am so happy to be able to call her. I'm so happy to be able to call her my adik in the Ang Mo Kio GRC team. Please welcome Nadia Samdin, everyone.
Friends, fellow Singaporeans, residents of the Ang Mo Kio family, are you feeling good? My name is Nadia, and I stand to ask for your support as a candidate of the People's Action Party. Thank you to my dear residents of Cheng San Seletar for giving me the opportunity to serve you and your families over the past 5 years. In our local manifestos delivered to your homes, we have set out our plans, and there is so much more that I hope we can do together. 我也是非常感谢我的居民，我的亲爱的居民，谢谢大家。Ladies and gentlemen, rallies are not just about stirring emotions. I want to take this chance to honor the unseen efforts of Singaporeans through thick and thin, the silent strength that holds us together. My hope is that clear minds and cool hearts will prevail as you make your choice on the 3rd of May. By all means, let us disagree and debate with one another, wear our different colors on our sleeves. But let us also be kind, because when the dust settles, this is home for all of us together. It is not about you versus me, but our small, precious island city-state against the rest of the world. How rare is it in the world today for people of different backgrounds to speak each other's languages, help each other as neighbors, accept our unique practices in the void decks and common spaces, sit at the same table in our markets as friends. It is not a given. And it is precisely these special, everyday moments which I see in Ang Mo Kio that keep me going for Singapore. Regardless of race, language or religion does not happen by chance. It is a goal that we work towards every single day, building on it so each generation is stronger than the last. It is our sacrifices so that the whole is greater than the sum of our parts. If we have any hope of doing well in this already fractured world, we must reject divisive politics. The nature of racial and religious tensions is like gasoline waiting to be lit by a flame. And I will do my utmost to prevent what we have built from being set on fire. Will you too? In a world that can push people to extremes, as a mother, my hope is for our son to be able to listen to different sides and find a middle path. My husband, who is here today, and we chose his name Mizan in hopes that he would strive for balance and be centered in kindness to himself and those around him. Our children are our future, and my colleagues and I in the PAP will speak up for that and do right by you. Selama 60 tahun, PAP telah bekerjasama dengan rakyat Singapura untuk membina sebuah negara berbilang bangsa dan agama yang aman dan maju. Pilihan raya ini adalah tentang masa depan kita, anak-anak kita, cucu-cucu kita. Pilihan raya ini adalah masa untuk memilih pemimpin yang bertanggungjawab, yang dapat menyuarakan pandangan, kebimbingan dan harapan anda yang pelbagai. Tengok sahaja Hansard, iaitu buku rekod parlimen. Anggota parlimen dari PAP, kami telah mengetengahkan pelbagai isu-isu yang dekat di hati masyarakat kita. baik itu kos sara hidup, akses kepada perumahan, pekerjaan ataupun isu-isu global seperti ketegangan di Timur Tengah serta bantuan bagi warga Palestin di Gaza dan Tebing Barat. Semua kita sentuh dan suarakan di Parlimen. Bukan setakat bersuara, saya bersyukur kerana diberi peluang untuk ke Timur Tengah bersama pasukan Parlimen pada bulan Ramadan tahun lalu. Kita prihatin tentang keperitan warga Palestin. Masyarakat dan pemerintah juga kita menghulurkan bantuan. Tetapi kita sedar bahawa sebagai ahli Parlimen yang dipilih rakyat Singapura, kita juga tidak boleh sesekali lupakan isu-isu masyarakat di tanah air ini. Politik bukanlah pentas untuk memenuhi keinginan peribadi atau mengetengahkan satu agenda sahaja. Ia adalah satu amanah. Ia tentang penduduk kami, tentang anda, tentang suara rakyat. Ia adalah perjuangan demi kebaikan yang lebih besar dari saya sendiri, demi masa depan yang bermaruah. Di mana isu kompleks, kita mendengar anda, utarakan dengan cara yang berhemah, bekerjasama dengan anda untuk cari solusi. Kadang-kadang ini mengambil masa, tapi kami tidak putus asa untuk menyuarakan keprihatinan masyarakat kita. Kami bukan parti yang menjanjikan quick fix solutions. Kami tidak membuat ucapan untuk memikat hati sahaja. Di PAP, apa yang kami janjikan, kami kotakan. Susah, senang, kami tidak melupakan rakyat. Di mana ada kekurangan, kami menghargai maklum balas anda. Jika diberi peluang untuk terus berkhidmat, kami akan terus mendampingi anda. Suara wanita lembut dan lantang, menjunjung maruah, memimpin harmoni. Anak, isteri, ibu dan pemimpin seimbang, berakar pada nilai, berdiri dengan berani. Friends, when I stood before you as a candidate in the last elections, I was 30 years old. I did so because I realized in the 55 years since independence, there were 4 Malay women who had served in Parliament. Representation requires an understanding of the responsibility that comes with it and a full heart for every single person we serve, regardless of backgrounds or beliefs. I did so because I was grateful to be in a country which stands shoulder to shoulder with nations far bigger than us, with even more resources, where home ownership is high, where it is safe to walk our streets at night, and where the grit and gumption of our forefathers who came to our shores persevered to build what we have today. I did so because our youth may be 25% of our population today, but they are 100% of our future. And with the support of senior party leaders, I believe that there is space for younger Singaporeans' voices at the table too, to speak with a fearlessness, to learn from the wisdom of many who came before me. I am grateful to the many youths who have participated in parliamentary visits, in debates, discussed their views on education, jobs and mental health with me. And I am grateful to all my volunteers for walking alongside me. Now some say youth are idealistic, but I say there is a difference between idealism and optimism. If we are not hopeful, if we do not believe that there is a chance to make things better, if we do not try and try again relentlessly, then there is no hope for Singapore. And so, my friends, thank you for coming out tonight. Our friends in the blocks and in the car parks too. Take action with us. because we are a party which understands where we are in the world, what we can do, and we deliver on it. Take action with the party that has walked alongside Singapore, that you can count on. My friends, there is so much more that we can do together. Majulah Singapura! Majulah PAP!
Terima kasih, Adik Nadia. Thank you, Nadia. Friends, there are times during rallies where we invite speakers who are not candidates to join us on stage because we feel they add something to the rally. But this next speaker not only adds something, he has given his life to serving workers in so many areas. He's also been a former parliamentary colleague of mine. We had great conversations in the past. I've heard from him, and I know that his heart is always with the workers. The General Secretary of the Union of Power and Gas Employees. He has been a union leader for close to 20 years and a member of the NTUC Central Committee. Our NTUC brothers and sisters, do you know who I'm talking about? Please welcome Brother Abdul Samad bin Abdul Wahab.
Good evening, family brothers from Ang Mo Kio family and to my St. John's Group, Jalan Kayu SMC. My name is Abdul Samad, a union leader of the Power and Gas Employee. Like my brother Chee Meng, I was also elected into the NTUC Central Committee. I've been a union leader for 20 years. And the union leaders spent a long time fighting for workers' rights and welfare. Actually, I come here today to talk about my brother. But I found that Workers' Party is worried that my brother is going into parliament. They tend to comment a lot about union leaders. They have multiple names for union leaders. A few years ago, they call us Foxy. Later, they say we are silenced. Don't dare to speak up. Suddenly, yesterday, the Secretary General said, union leaders are very effective. So, I want to ask the Workers' Party, can you make up your mind about union leaders? And while then you do that, please go and get to know about our unions. We are not rank and file unions anymore. We represent PMEs in Singapore. My brother and I, Chee Meng, we shared tough conversations, meaningful ground moments, and shared more than a few laughs. But through it all, what stood out wasn't just his leadership, his friendship. He's someone who shows up when it matters, not for credit, but because it's the right thing to do. He leads with humility, he leads with heart, he leads with strength. Let me just share the 5 areas that Chee Meng has done and achieved for the workers of Singapore. Real pay rises for workers of 5%. Better pay for over 150,000 low-wage workers. The laws to protect our taxi drivers, our private hire and delivery workers, because fairness matters. Flexible work arrangements, so that working parents like all of us, caregivers, anyone in need, aren't left behind. Vouchers, injury support, education help, these are real support for the ones who need it most. These are real actions real outcomes for workers that make a difference with the life of workers. Imagine if he gets into parliament, he can do even more. Fellow friends, Chee Meng is someone who cares, who takes action and makes a difference. This is the kind of person that you need in parliament. To all Jalan Kayu SMC voters, if you want someone who listens, who cares, who delivers, vote for Chee Meng. Saudara-saudara sekalian, harapan dan tujuan saya ke sini untuk memberi keyakinan kepada anda semua tentang kepribadian dan kepimpinan Chee Meng selama saya mengenali beliau semenjak 2018. Ketahuilah wahai penduduk Jalan Kayu, calon anda Chee Meng telah banyak membawa kebaikan dan kelebihan buat semua pekerja. Penduduk Jalan Kayu, saya ingin berkongsi yang Chee Meng orangnya senang bermesra, mempunyai wawasan, semangat yang teguh, tenang dalam saat-saat genting. Tetapi yang paling utama adalah beliau tidak pernah lari dari tanggungjawab dan akan cuba sedaya upaya mengulurkan bantuan sebaik mungkin pekerja dan orang sekelilingnya. Banyak sekali usaha yang dilakukan yang sungguh berkesan, seperti yang saya kongsi awal tadi. Kesemua ini adalah bukti dan kesan usaha Chee Meng untuk para pekerja menangani cabaran dan memastikan pekerjaan mereka terjaga. Orang macam ini yang kita perlu jadikan wakil dalam parlimen. Dia tidak akan berjanji kesan dari permintaan, tapi dia memastikan ia menghulurkan bantuan yang berkesan. Ini adalah kebenaran dan kenyataan, bukan cobaan. Sebelum saya mengakhiri perkongsian saya, sekali lagi saya menyeru semua penduduk dan penghuni di Jalan Kayu dan lain-lain SMC dan juga Amukyo JRC, pilihlah wakil PAP dalam parlimen. Khusus untuk pengundi Jalan Kayu SMC, undilah Chee Meng. Dia bersama anda dan untuk anda. Kepada semua masyarakat Singapura, undilah PAP. Terima kasih.
Everyone, Brother Samad! Okay, you can see there are two speakers left on stage. So the next speaker has got to be one of them, right? I first met our next speaker 10 years ago, where we both stood as candidates in the 2015 GE. Since then, he served with commitment and distinction as a member of parliament, a minister, and is currently our union chief. He is the PAP candidate for Jalan Kayu SMC. Will you all please join me in welcoming now Chee Meng. Good evening, Jalan Kayu SMC.
I'm deeply humbled by your warm support and your welcome. Let me first speak a few words in Mandarin. 亲爱的荷兰加油选民们，我是黄志明，大家晚上好。我深知你们想要的是一个能够聆听你们心声、理解你们的需求、为你们解决问题的代表。请让我以我的真诚和多年累积的经验为大家服务。我会用心聆听你们的意见，不断的学习，不断的进步，在国会为大家发声。发声改善大家的生活与居住环境，不论问题大小，只要有关于你们的生活还是日常的方便，我都会说到做到。以实际行动回应大家的信任与期待，让我们携手共进，为我们的家园，为更好的明天，将你宝贵的、神圣的一票投给我，黄志明，真正能为你服务的代表人。谢谢大家。Dear residents, comrades, brothers and sisters from the unions, friends, thank you all for the warm welcome into the Jalan Kayu and Fernvale communities. Over the past 5 to 6 weeks, I've walked the blocks of Fernvale and the streets of Jalan Kayu. So happy to visit many of your homes, shaking your hand and having meaningful conversations with you. During my walkabouts, some of you in a low tone and a concerning voice have asked me, why are you standing again? I often ask myself that question too, even now. But let me tell you my story. In 2015, then the Prime Minister, Hsien Loong, asked me to consider stepping into politics. I was most hesitant. I was enjoying my SAF career, finding purpose in the SAF, protecting our beloved Singapore and Singaporeans. So when the question came, I was full of hesitancy, honestly. Giving up my private life to step into public life was not an easy decision at all. I consulted some of my mentors. They encouraged me. I sought the blessings of my family. And honestly, they were reluctant to give it initially. So I kept the Prime Minister waiting for 6 months before finally the sense of duty compelled me to say, yes, Prime Minister, if I'm good enough, I will step into politics and do my best to serve Singapore and fellow Singaporeans. After I was elected in Pasir Ris Pongo GRC, I learned the ropes in Pongo. It was a most rewarding journey. Why? Because of the many encounters with the residents I met. Each case, each person meant a lot to me when I could extend support to them. And even so, where I could not,
be alongside each other to do the best we can to give moral support. Over time, they have become friends. And importantly, I find so much joy and purpose in political life because at the neighborhoods, I'm serving residents directly. At the national level, I am doing my very best to contribute to national policies that would build the best future for Singapore. This purpose continues to motivate me today, and that is one reason why I'm stepping forward again in GE 2025 for the elections. But the short journey came to an abrupt end in 2020, where I lost the GE 2020. I'm sorry, can we get a medic to the front, please? A medic to behind the speaker, please. Can we make space? Give the person some air, please. We have a doctor with the patient. Okay. Can I get an indication that she's okay? Okay, thank you very much. And Dr. Lim, please assist. Thank you very much. Okay, she's okay? I'm walking off. All right, please take care of her. Friends, my parliamentary career came to an abrupt end in 2020 when my team and I lost in Sengkang GRC. The loss had a big personal impact not only on me but also on my family, my union brothers and sisters, and the PAP. I had to ask myself in that time, what should I do? Like what our dear friend has shouted, "Jia Yu," but others, some have asked me to Jia Yu and carry on. Others ask me that it is time to move on. We have lost. Is it worth the sacrifices? But in 2020, we were in the depths of COVID-19. Lives literally were lost. Livelihoods were gone overnight. I was at the forefront observing the tsunami hitting the Singapore economy. Overnight, the aviation industry lost all passengers coming to Singapore. Revenues dropped to zero overnight. Pay for our students gone to zero, and retrenchments were looming. The hawkers, the food and the F&B outlets had no business overnight. Even my taxi brothers and sisters, including the private hire drivers, had no more customers. It was literally desperate times. I recall in the coffee shop, the desperation in the eyes of a man with tears in his eyes holding my hands. Mr. Ng, can NTUC extend some help to us? At that point in time, I simply could not walk away. I had a duty to stay. I had a duty to safeguard the rice bowls of all the Singaporeans and ensure that food was available on the table for each one and every of them. At the same time, union leaders like Brother Samad, Sister Mary Liu, the president at that point in time, and the former SecGen Brother Lim Swee Say, rallied behind me, asking me to stay on. They say that they wanted me as the leader as SecGen so that NTUC can carry the workers through the depths of COVID. I understood then what it meant to stand in the gap between desperation and hope. And I'm just glad that the unions, the NTUC, together with our employer partners and the government, were able to bridge the gap and brought Singapore out of COVID and emerged stronger. I made a promise to the NTUC in 2019 as their SecGen. I make a promise that we will transform NTUC in the years ahead, and then COVID hit. I make a commitment that I will lead NTUC, and I'm glad I did even through the worst of times through COVID-19. And residents of Jalan Kayu SMC, what I would like to humbly tell you is that when I make a promise, I will stand by that promise and deliver on those promises. This is my commitment to all of you in Jalan Kayu SMC. In 2023, my time in NTUC was up. Unlike somebody last night who says that NTUC is a safety net, a trampoline of a catchment where we lose in elections, it is simply not true. I am elected as the SecGen of NTUC every 4 years, and I count on the mandate of workers and unions electing me into the Central Committee and to be SecGen of the NTUC. Just like a member of parliament, just like the SecGen of a political party, we are elected into the Central Committee and as SecGen. There is no safe harbor.
I stand before you because I want to serve, not with any safety net. As ironic as it sounds, when I stand to fight and champion workers' interests to anchor job security, I am, interestingly, the only one without real job security. But in the course of NTUC's work, problems do crop up time to time, sometimes big issues, like in 2024, the Income Alliance deal. The proposed deal was done in good faith and was in compliance with the legal and the MAS regulations. We thought in the labor movement that it was a reasonable deal. Why? Because in the last 10 years, income's market share in Singapore has dropped from 20% to 6%. There was a real threat to the sustainability of income, especially in moments of crisis. The proposed deal would strengthen income and, most importantly, protect the interests of income's policy holders. Stronger income would also enable NTUC to do our social mission in the wide spaces besides insurance. That was our judgment. However, as the details of the proposed Alliance plan surfaced, the government saw it differently and stopped it by changing the law. NTUC, we could not have known that the law would be changed, but we sincerely respected the government's view and accepted. Humbly acknowledged the public feedback that we have received. I've initiated a review in NTUC enterprises so that we can learn the right lessons humbly, do better for fellow Singaporeans. In NTUC, we will do our best. And sometimes, I'm sorry that it is not good enough. But we will learn the right lessons and we will do better. So coming into GE 2025, I knew it would be a hard fight. I know the opposition would drag these issues up, just as it's happening now. Nevertheless, in my discussion with Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, I told the Prime Minister I was prepared to run if asked. I told him, however, my preference, if I were to get back into Parliament, I would like to do it on my own merit. I'm glad PM Wong heard me, considered my views, and therefore today, dear voters of Jalan Kayu SMC, I stand before you seeking your vote to get back into Parliament. As the Secretary General of NTUC, we have heard from the first time the Workers' Party saying that we are doing a good job. We are no longer folksy. We are no longer this and that, but that we are doing a good job. But yet, interestingly, he says that I do not need to be in Parliament. I fail to understand that. Because in Parliament, as an MP, I can speak up for workers, I can speak up for the residents of Jalan Kayu SMC when national issues are debated and major decisions are made both for the workers, including the PMEs, and all the residents of Jalan Kayu.
I hope the residents of Jalan Kayu will make me your MP and speak up for you in Parliament. But Mr. Pritam Singh holds a different view. He says, and I quote, there is no shortage of PAP Labour MPs. He also said, voting in these two PAP NTUC candidates will not make a difference. Sorry, I can't hear you. But when I heard that, I did a quick mental calculation. The Workers' Party won 10 seats in 2020. In the Labour movement, we only had 7 Labour MPs. That's less than what the Workers' Party has. And he says, from the Workers' Party, that Singapore don't need Labour MPs in Parliament to speak for workers. This is coming from the Workers' Party. No need workers' representation to champion workers' interests, better wages, better welfare, or better work prospects. Pritam Singh said that I, as NTUC Exec-Gen, don't need to be in Parliament because there are Labour MPs that are in Parliament already. Can I ask a simple question? If that is the case, there is Sylvia Lim and Faisal Manap, the chairperson and the vice chairperson of the Workers' Party, already in Parliament. Why do we need Mr. Pritam Singh, the Sec-Gen of the Workers' Party, in Parliament too? So friends, here I am standing before you, telling you my story, trying to build and unite. But what the Workers' Party is doing is to criticize and tear down without any concrete plans or proposals to substitute. Ms. Sylvia Lim said that the Workers' Party does not have a plan for constituencies where they are not incumbents. I say that again. The Workers' Party does not have a plan for constituencies where they are not incumbents. Can you believe that, Jalan Kayu? What it means to you in bright neon headlines is that the Workers' Party have no plans for you, the residents and voters of Jalan Kayu, at all. They want your vote, but they have no plans to build Jalan Kayu into a home that you want or desire. Is this the responsible opposition? Is this the responsible opposition they claim to be? Is that someone that you want to entrust your homes, your families, your Jalan Kayu to? Surely not. Compared to what the PAP has done in Jalan Kayu in the last 5 years. We have walked the journey with you, taking care of you, and growing this very community with you that we know and love today. And over the past 5 to 6 weeks, I've been here practically every day. And I'm so encouraged by the Jalan Kayu Kampung spirit I've experienced here. When neighbors meet for breakfast at the Happy Hawker coffee shop, block 433, where children play together in Fernvale Square. And now after 5 weeks, it brings me great joy when I stand outside the LRT station, where children come up to me to either hug me or give me a high five and say, Mr. Ng, I recognize you. I know that this is a community that you have built and come to love. And I seek your support humbly to be part of it. I know that a lot of good work has been done by my predecessors, Mr. Gan Jiang Po and Ms. Ling. They are such gracious people. They have walked alongside me in my walkabouts, and during many of the visits, I saw the happy faces of joy, greeting them and telling them what a good job they have done. I agree. And I will do my best to build on the foundations that Ling and Jiang has done for the Jalan Kayu to be a better home for everyone here. I give you my assurance that all the community projects that you so treasure, including the heart-to-heart milk fund, vouchers for milk powder, to ease young families with toddlers' burden. And the Happy Mart at Fernvale, which recently just opened, offering basic necessities to families in trouble. I assure you, I will continue with all these projects to make sure we bond Jalan Kayu where no one is left behind. While we take care of the needy, we also ensure that we have heartwarming activities that jar and bond our community. I know you like the Spring Festival for our seniors, the upcoming Mother's Day celebrations, and the family carnivals. Again, I will continue to do those initiatives for you if you would support me in my endeavor to be your MP. I'm reminded of my time, as I told you earlier, serving in Pongo from 2015 to 2020. I got to know many of the residents, and some of them have become friends. I listened to their concerns and took action to resolve them. I'm happy to see some familiar faces from that time, and Mr. and Mrs. Leong are here with me tonight. I saw them at the Fernvale Carnival. They ran up to me amidst crowds like this to say hello and ask me a most difficult question. Mr. Ng, do you remember us? And for this instance, I say, yes, I remember you. You are an engineer, and you were so happy and delighted that you ran down from your flat one hot Sunday afternoon to tell me that the good news that we have been able to match you to a new job. I treasure moments like this. They give me joy. They are the reasons I do what I do today. I'm glad Mr. and Mrs. Leong are able to join us today. Good to see you. And thank you for the friendship over all these years. And during a recent block visit, a young lady came up to me very excitedly and showed me a folder of 2 photographs that we took. Hi, Ellie. She showed me a folder of 2 photographs when she was in Sec 2 and Sec 3. And then say, Mr. Ng, I was that little girl. Today, Ellie is a name, is a young, confident woman in university. And I'm glad to see Ellie and the family here too. Friends, these are stories that keep me going. It is a key part of why I stand in front of you tonight to stand for elections again. I want to bring the best of my skills, the richness of my experiences to serve you, to build a better home for you in Jalan Kayu SMC. Because at the heart of it all, it is not just the policies or the projects. It is you, the people. Real lives, real challenges, real aspirations. We will journey along this road together with you, for you.
But dear residents, we are living in a troubled world. The US tariffs have caused a lot of uncertainty, and as a trade-dependent nation, Singapore may be hit hard. I'm very concerned about our future. Union leaders are already telling me that companies are freezing hiring, freezing wages. So these are not distant concerns, but already in our shores. If you are a youth entering a university or the workforce, I can understand how this can cause anxiety. I remember meeting Ryan during one of my block visits. He was about to enter university, but already worried and talking to me at length about getting a job after he graduates. And for many, already in the workforce, they worry about job security, and the cost of living. That's why this GE matters. You are voting for the government, for the BAP to lead Singapore through the impending crisis. You are also voting for me to be your MP to serve you in Jalan Kayu. Right here in Jalan Kayu, there is still much more to do. I met Madam Goh during my block visits in Fernvale. She is a single mother that has a 35-year-old special needs daughter. He has special needs. In fact, Madam Goh just went home because the daughter needed her attention. She has just started work as a part-time cleaner to earn a living, and she openly shared her worries with me. I quickly took action and connected her with her union and NTUC to find ways to best support her. Beyond financial help, I want her to know that she is not alone. We are here to lend a hand and to listen. Unfortunately, Madam Goh has to go home, but I give her the assurance that we will always be alongside. Just as I give assurance to all residents of Jalan Kayu that we will be alongside you. We want to build a kinder, stronger, and more inclusive community. At the same time, I've heard your feedback on the different issues, and we will take action on issues like the bus, the LRT, connectivities, and do better. We will also build better sports facilities that are in good working conditions. We have already started on many of these works, and we will carry through to serve you to the best of our abilities. Dear Jalan Kayu and Fernvale residents, there will be people who will make empty promises. But I am the one who will stay the course, take action, and deliver results for you. I will be the one to deliver a better Jalan Kayu for you and your family. Please vote Chee Meng. Please vote the PAP. Majulah Singapura. Majulah PAP. Thank you very much.
Everyone, our final speaker for the evening, you know who I'm talking about. Please welcome Senior Minister Hsien Loong.
Good evening, everybody. Selamat malam sejahtera. 大家晚上好. Friends and fellow Singaporeans, let me start the national language. Saudara-saudari sekalian, apa khabar? Pilihan raya kali ini penting. Kita perlu memilih pemerintah yang kuat yang dapat mengemudi Singapura dengan selamat di tengah-tengah dunia yang sedang berubah-ubah. Dunia kini semakin tidak menentu, semakin bergelora. Kita mesti pilih pasukan yang baik untuk bentuk pemerintah dan memimpin kita harungi cabaran-cabaran mendatang. Kita perlukan pemerintah yang akan pastikan Singapura bersatu padu sebagai satu negara dan satu rakyat, biar apapun kesukaran yang kita hadapi. Sebagai Perdana Menteri, Panjang 2 dekad lalu, saya sangat hargai peluang istimewa bekerja rapat dengan masyarakat Melayu Islam demi mencapai aspirasi anda. Saya gembira ini diteruskan di bawah kepimpinan Perdana Menteri Lawrence Wong. Dengan perkongsian penuh kepencapaian yang era itu, kita boleh bincangkan isu-isu secara berbuka dan terus tenang. Kita dapat cari cara yang terbaik untuk tangani isu-isu dalam konteks masyarakat majmuk kita. Beginilah cara masyarakat Melayu Islam dapat maju ke hadapan dan mencapai kejayaan. Singapura mesti kekal sebagai negara di mana semua kaum amalkan sikap saling bertolak ansur. Bukan di mana setiap kaum utamakan dan perjuangkan kepentingan mereka sendiri melebihi kepentingan negara atau memperkecil-kecilkan kepentingan kaum lain. Semua rakyat Singapura menerima hakikat ini. Inilah cara Singapura dan dasar berbilang kaum kita yang membolehkan semua kaum berkembang maju selama ini. Saya amat berterima kasih kerana masyarakat Melayu Islam telah menyokong pendekatan berbilang kaum ini dan dasar berbilang kaum pemerintah. Beginilah cara masyarakat Melayu Islam dapat maju ke hadapan dan mencapai kejayaan. Bukan sahaja dalam aspek sekular seperti pendidikan, pekerjaan dan pendapatan, tetapi juga dalam segi ruang yang anda miliki untuk amalkan kepercayaan anda. Sokonglah parti dan calon-calon yang menjunjung dan mencerminkan nilai berbilang kaum. Mereka yang menjaga semua penduduk, tidak kira bangsa atau agama, yang sentiasa mengutamakan kepentingan dan perpaduan negara. Parti itu ialah PAP. Undilah PAP supaya kita boleh terus kekalkan keharmonian kaum dan agama di Singapura bagi tahun-tahun mendatang. Undilah PAP yang boleh memimpin dengan cekap dan ada rancangan yang kukuh untuk bantu kita semua harungi cabaran mendatang. Marilah kita bersatu padu, bersama-sama melangkah ke hadapan sebagai satu rakyat, satu negara. Terima kasih. 各位同胞，大家晚上好。世界正在经历巨大的改变，经济前景非常不明朗。同时，大家都非常关心如何应对生活费上涨的压力。在这方面，行动党在这2-3年来不断推出了各项补助措施，尽量帮助国人减轻生活上的负担。除了 CDC voucher， 今年财政预算案继续有各种各样的津贴，每个月都有，每个家庭都有，每一个公民都有，大家都有。我们是一个大的家庭，我们都是一家人。同时，政府也密切关注外在的环境，环境继续演变，我们必须跟踪它。有事情新的发展，我们有新的反应；有需要更多的帮忙，我们有能力，我们会采取更多的措施帮忙大家克服困难，渡过难关。有信心，不用害怕。反对党说，我们必须有更多的反对党议员，才能有效地监督政府、制衡政府。但是现在国会里的反对党议员已经不少了，反对党议员越来越多，意味着政府议员必须是越来越少，这样肯定会削弱政府执政的能力，政府的才能的智库。并且这个不只是人数多少的问题，而许多选区里，我们有资深的部长领导我们的团队，所以你失去一个选区，你可能失去一个部长；失去2-3个选区，就失去2-3个部长。如果我们失去2-3个资深的部长，你想想，我可以补贴他，人是可以找到的，委聘的另外一个人。 同样的素质、同样的经验、同样的办事能力有吗？例如严金勇部长，他是我们团队里一个主要的部长之一，主导经济、主导金融、主导我们外贸、主导我们的危机的反应。他现在在板额基选区竞选，是激烈的竞选，打硬战。万一出了什么事情，谁要代替他？这么容易吗？反对党说我们的团队比你的便宜，选我们愿意为你效劳。我鼓励你们效劳，我鼓励他们效劳，但是请大家清楚记得，我们是小国，人才是根本。如果我们不尽量应用我们的人才，发挥我们的人才，这个是很不明智的做法，并且会伤害我们的生活，伤害我们的民生，我们的前途的做法。所以大家都必须了解，请大家支持我们的团队，请大家在板额基选区，我替他们说一句话：赞成，支持严金勇的团队。过去几天，大家可能注意到内政部正对外来干涉采取了行动。王总理也提醒了大家，身份政治在新加坡没有立足之地。这个是很棘手的问题，通常选举时期我们不要去处理它的，但是这次我们不得不处理它，因为这个事情非常严重，有外国人士煽动种族和宗教的情绪，呼吁我们的国人以自己的种族和宗教信仰为先，支持能够为他们争取族群利益的候选人。换句话说，看宗教、看政治、看宗教、看你的信仰，去决定要不要支持你，要不要投你的票。这样的行为触犯了两大忌讳。两大禁忌：第一，外国人没有权利、没有理由干预新加坡的事。新加坡的政治是新加坡人的事情。外国人，谢谢你，我们不需要你们的帮忙，因为你们帮我们越帮越忙。第二，我国绝对不容许族群政治。我们绝对不允许政党或候选人试图利用种族、宗教课题来拉选票。我们在新加坡，种族跟宗教必须和政治严厉的分开，混起来变成族群政治，我看对新加坡的会有很严重的影响。这个是我们建国的根本原则、根本的理念。如果我们变成族群政治的话，像其他国家，我争你扯，我所得到的是你必须放弃的，结果是一个很不愉快、很不平安、很不成功的社会，对少数民族很不利，对多数民族也不好，也没有什么讨好。所以我们必须了解这一点，必须支持、坚持多元种族、多元宗教、政治、社会体系的政党，那就是人民行动党。其实这个东西已经是酝酿一段时期了，政府决定坚决的采取行动，反对党马上一个迫不及待的说：“我支持，我支持，我支持。”但是前天你们在哪里呢？如果政府没有采取行动的话，你会发言吗？所以呢，我们要知道哪一个政党是真正的诚意的
坚持多元种族政策，哪一个政党能够确保我国的未来？这个不是新的问题，很多年前的金山集选区，大家可能记得，邓亮红先生也操作了种族沙文主义的情绪，是操作华族沙文主义的情绪，政府采取了果断的立场，跟他硬拼，结果李玉泉部长带领新加坡的行动党的团队击败了他。这一次是少数民族的，并且有些是国外的因素操作，我们同样坚决的去捍卫我们的原则，捍卫我们的立场。希望大家支持我们的原则，保护我们的国家，保护我们的前途。谢谢大家。Friends, tonight I want to talk about 4 things. What is this election about? Second, what can we do about the problems in the world which affect us? Thirdly, why you need a strong and good government to deal with all this? And fourthly, what the PAP can do for you. The world has changed. Every day you see new headlines. Tariffs, trade wars. I do this to you, you do this to me. Tomorrow the rules change. Day after more changes come. Big trouble. What does it mean for us? It will be harder to make a living, harder to export, harder for our companies to have stable jobs, harder for people to predict what they can do over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And we have to understand that, and we have to be able to react to that. This time the problem is not transient. It's not going to go away because the world has changed. And we have to be psychologically prepared. We have to know what we can do about it. What have we done? First, we have already got a big package in this budget because we knew this was coming. And so we prepared for it, we made a big budget package, and it is being rolled out now. All kinds of things, CDC vouchers, GST vouchers, SG60 vouchers, Kids Life vouchers. You save. A typical family can receive maybe $5,000 from the government in various forms of help this year. It's not small. So when Pritam Singh says toothbrushes and ice cream, you can buy a lot of toothbrushes and ice cream with $5,000. And we can do more if we need to. We also have initiatives to help you with jobs, to help make sure that you can keep your job, that you can train for the next job, and if you have lost your job, to help you go into the next job. We have measures to plan for the future. Tan Kim Yong is sharing that. These are all tangible, forward-looking ways to help Singaporeans cope. We know what we are doing. You know that from your own experience. So when the WP says PAP's manifesto so short, no detail. Mine 120 pages. Wow, 200 pages will be even better though. We don't have to write it down. You look around you, you will know what Singapore has done, what PAP has done. We did it together. You with us, Singaporeans with the PAP, with the government, with the unions. We could do it because we had a good team who could turn plans into reality. And we did it in the last term, during COVID. We got through lightly. Not so many deaths. Vaccinated everybody. No anxiety, but no upheavals. Relatively speaking, all went well. Why were we able to do that? We concentrated on fighting COVID. I got an election early, I got it out of the way. Now, if I had not done that, we would be footling around with politics in the middle of a crisis and people would have died, lives would have been lost. But we lost one GRC in that election in 2020, Sengkang, and we lost Chee Meng. Fortunately for us, Chee Meng had the grit, the sense of responsibility, and he stood by his post. He helped us and got the unions to help us with his NTUC labor movement team to see through the crisis, help workers, train them, support them, encourage them, take care of them. And at the end, we came through. He proved himself reliable, trustworthy, committed. Therefore, this election, 2025, I recommended to the PM and the PM agreed and invited Chee Meng to stand again. And he is in Jalan Kayu SMC. I commend him to you wholeheartedly. I ask you to give him your full support. He will serve you well. So good government is about good people, good ministers, MPs, a team. And to do that, to have a good team, you must first vote them in, right? We have ministers and MPs and potential office holders all over Singapore and all the GRCs, including the hotly contested ones. And if you don't vote them in, every seat we lose, every GRC we lose, you lose a minister, well, okay, I make do. I lose 2 ministers, harder to make do. I lose 3 ministers, I'm in some trouble. I lose 1 key minister, I'm already in quite a lot of trouble. Gan Kim Yong is in Punggol. He went there because Teo Chee Hean is retiring and he is taking care of Punggol. There's a hot fight there. What does Gan Kim Yong do? He's the Deputy Prime Minister, that's just a title. But he is in charge of the economy, he's in charge of MAS, he's in charge of our foreign trade, he's been talking to the USTR trade representative even during this campaign. And he's in charge of our crisis response to survive whatever tariffs and upheavals and trade wars are to come. You lose him, you can replace him. Somebody cheaper? Are you sure you want to save money like that? It's very expensive to save money like that. Please understand. So I hope everybody all over Singapore understands, and especially in Punggol, please understand, support Gan Kim Yong, vote for him, make sure that PM Lawrence Wong has a good man in cabinet who can do a lot for Singapore. The opposition says, no problem. We need more opposition MPs in Parliament. You see, we ask a lot of questions. PAP don't ask questions. What's the proof? He says, income allowance. He says, no PAP Labour MP ask questions, but Workers' Party ask. Wow, lawa. But what he didn't tell you is, the Labour Party may not, the Labour MPs may not have asked questions, but 6 PAP MPs asked questions. Only 1 Workers' Party member did. So, in fact, you don't need the Workers' Party to ask 1 extra question, right? 6, it covers everything already. And when somebody tells you half the story and then leaves one half closed, and doesn't tell you, you wonder what on earth is he hiding. So you open the curtain, that's what it's about. But income was a serious matter because the labor movement had made an arrangement to sell income to Allianz, share of it, and they felt it was a reasonable deal and they supported it. And the government looking at it, says, well, it meets all our legal requirements, it meets our MAS regulations, I think we can support it too. But after the issue was discussed further and we went further into the matter, the government has found out more things and decided, no, we have to change our mind. We have to say we oppose this deal, we will block it, but we have to change legislation, change the law so that we can block it. NTUC cannot do that, the government has to do that. But it shows we are brothers with them, symbiotic relationship. You make a decision, I look at it impartially, objectively, afresh. There's no groupthink. We understand why you did it, you have to understand why we did it, and we are accountable to Singapore for doing the right thing. Workers' Party had nothing to do with this. When we went for the legislation, Workers' Party abstained. So if it had been left to the Workers' Party as government, then the deal would have gone through because they didn't oppose it, right? Now, you didn't do anything, and you want to tell me that vote more of me in so that I can do more for you. What for? 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 10 times 0 is also 0. So our system works. And therefore, in this election, I ask you in all seriousness, not a tactical, not a rhetorical argument, but in all seriousness, don't try to count. Give him a little bit more votes, give him or him, try to get maybe just 2 or 3 more MPs from the opposition is very nice. You will not get it right and we can mess everything up. Just vote according to your heart. You think PAP is good? Vote for it. You think we are bad? Vote against us. Don't play games. It's very dangerous. Finally, let me say something about the dangers of mixing race and religion in politics, which has been in the news recently. The government came out very strongly on this. It's a very sensitive matter. This is the middle of a very hot election campaign, but the matter came up. We had to raise it. We could not wait. Because foreigners have no business to interfere in Singapore politics, and whether foreigner or Singaporean, race and religion have to be kept separate from politics. And in this case, what was the subject about? It's still circulating online, and you can see it, and it's still causing trouble. MPs and candidates are being attacked because they're not championing the causes of their own racial or religious group stridently enough. People are saying, that chap is not fierce enough. I will be fiercer. Vote for me. I will champion this. And there's a foreign political party which is asking Singaporeans to vote for this or that Malay or Muslim candidate on the basis of how staunch a Muslim he or she might be. What business is it of theirs? And even if it is their business, is that the right way to do it? So Singaporeans have to understand that this is happening, realize the dangers, and stand up and reject it forcefully and affirm we are one people regardless of race, language, or religion. Now, this has been going on for some time, but now after the PAP government stood up and put its position out clearly and acted to block the foreign sites, all the other parties straight away within days says, I also agree, I also agree, I also agree. Day before yesterday, where were you? You didn't notice? You didn't know? Or what, Bodo? So, when you go into elections, vote for the party which stands for multiracialism. Vote for the candidates which uphold multiracialism. Really and truly and from the bottom of your heart. And if you do that, this system can work. There are people who many Singaporeans who are convinced that this is the right way for Singapore. Multiracialism, give and take, meritocracy, one Singapore. From the day of independence, in fact from before, because there were people like this, we got kicked out of Malaysia, and because the people were like this after we were kicked out from Malaysia, we stood and we built today's Singapore. And even today, I make this appeal to Singaporeans of all races and all religions. Stand with that ideal. It serves us well. It's good for the minority communities. It's good for the majority community too. If you clash, if politics becomes race-based, Chinese party, Indian party, Malay party, Muslim party, Christian party, Hindu party, there are a lot of such things all over, not very far away. And we fight. We all lose. Don't do that. Know it seriously and consider that when you vote. So, but this election is not just about that. It's fundamental, but there are other things on the agenda. So let us focus back on matters that Singaporeans are concerned with, because a changed and troubled world lies ahead of us. But we are not powerless. We have agency. To help ourselves, we need to choose a good government that can bring us through the troubles ahead. One that will bring steady hands and concrete plans to help us all pull through. One that's honest and open with you, that you can trust to fight for you and fight for your children too. We don't tell lies, and we don't tell lies about not telling lies. We speak the truth to you and to everyone. That is one thing which can keep Singapore special for many years to come. We've had such a good team for 60 years now, more than, led by the PAP. At every election, we have refreshed it. This time, we are bringing in people with the right values. We are introducing a good mix of experience and fresh, young energy. We are bringing a new resolve to take Singapore forward. Actually, I don't think the PAP has done badly by Singaporeans. Do you? No. And I would say that even the opposition MPs and leaders know that. Why do I say that? Because after 60 plus years, they don't say, vote me, change, I will be better. They say, don't worry, I only got less than 1/3 of the seats contested. So you are sure to have a strong PAP government after the election. Therefore, you can vote for me. Everything is correct except the last bit. And that means we have lived up to our responsibilities, we have upheld the trust, we have done the right thing, and our conscience is clear by Singaporeans. We could do this for one very important reason, because you have supported us, your parents and your grandparents supported us, and supported our older generation PAP leaders, and Singaporeans understood what was at stake. They knew it's not masak-masak, it's not mine, it's not playing goalie. It is your lives, our lives. It is our children's futures. It is Singapore's fate in a very dangerous world. And if we don't know that, then the dangers will eat us up. But we know that, we uphold what we know works, we support people who will serve you, and you will have Singapore prospering, thriving, and making us proud, standing tall in the world for many years to come. Thank you very much.
To Ang-Mo-Kio family, let us end this evening on a cheer together. Are we all ready? Are we all ready? Repeat after me. Majulah Singapura. Majulah PAP. Majulah lagi satu kali. Majulah Singapura. Majulah Singapura.
And that has been the election rally at Fern Green
Once
Primary
again,
School.
ladies and gentlemen, these are the leaders. These are the people leading the charge in our Ang Mo Kio family. Can I hear you make some noise?
If you miss any part of the election speeches, rewind the video and resume watching.
That's right, with us, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long evening, but thank you to everyone right here. Thank you so much for your support, for your energy, showing us right here. We have a strong base in Jalan Gayo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and with this, we have come to the close of our Jalan Gayo rally, but there's still so much more work to do, and all of you, thank you for your efforts, because you are helping us bring this election. You are helping us bring this to the next level. Thank you to everyone. On your way out, please move out in an orderly manner. At the same time, please look around you. Make sure that there are no litter, nothing left behind. We want to leave this place, Fern Green Primary School, cleaner than we have come. So let's all do our civic responsibility. Let us be strong supporters. Let us be people who take care of our environment. Right? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for all our friends right joining us here at Ang Mo Kio families, our Jalan Kayu rally, thank you all so much for your support, for your energy. It's been a wonderful evening. It will be a great fight ahead. Thank you all. And once again, Majula! Majula! Thank you and good night!
Subscribe, click the notification button to be informed of future content. And I hope you found this rally to be vote wisely. And now, since some of the crowd have dispersed, let's have a quick look at the surroundings before we be on our way to other parts of Sengkang. My back gave way too earlier than my bladder. Now I need a moment to recover from the strain of standing for a whole 3 hours.
Out of the rally, please look out for one another's safety in this. We do have so many people here today, and also for our friends who are watching us from the multi-story pub. Thank you all so much for your support here today. Whether you're here to observe, whether you're here to support, it makes a difference that you are right here today. And to all our friends in the town of Fernville, thank you all for letting us have our rally here, showing us the spirit, and also at the same time, thank you all so much for your understanding, for cooperating with us, having this rally right here today. Once again, for all our supporters right here, please, on your way out, please make sure that we do not leave anything behind. Once again, please make sure that we do not leave anything behind. I see some of the areas that are clear. It looks clean. It looks speckless. And for you, for all the friends who have just left this area, thank you all so much for your cooperation. Thank you all so much for being so civic-minded. And this is kind of the people that we have right here with you. Again, now make your way out in an orderly manner, and it will be a really popular traffic, but please do take care of one another. And ladies and gentlemen, we do hope to see you at our next rally, and we hope to see you at the polls when you walk across on our PAP.
Slice and smash.
For those who missed the election rally speeches, you can rewind the video to an earlier time. I stood there for 3 hours, so I should have gotten most of the speeches from the pre-show MC to the various election candidates' speeches to the end of the day.
My dad doesn't like this idea of
Okay.
Yeah, I think he has this conservative idea of a family. Like when you get married.
Calling for bus one. Bus one. Bus one, your vehicle is here. Thank you for coming to the election rally, regardless of age, language, or religion. I'm sure I got that wrong somewhere, but I wasn't quoting the Singapore Pledge.
But I'm gonna get it.
Are you going to pay?
I might go.
Much of Sengkang town is made out of clustered public housing, HDBs, green space in the middle. Wide footpaths that cyclists and pedestrians have to share. The view tends to get boring at night. Welcome to Ang Mo Kio Town, one heart, one home. Ang Mo Kio Town Council, right in the heart of Fernville, Sengkang Town. Well, at least the wind is cool tonight. After an afternoon of rain. Fortunate that rain didn't fall onto my current locations. Across the road is Sengkang Riverside Park. Under low light conditions, I'm afraid there isn't a lot to show. But we can always visit it during the daytime in a future video. I seem to be on my way to walking across the bridge. This is Sengkang East Way. Changing scenery in about 2.5 minutes. I hope that will be about the time I need to get across to the other end of the bridge. A lookout platform across the Sengkang River. You can see a row of lights. It looks like a boardwalk from one end of the park to the other. Okay, looks like an interesting place to explore. But I will have to choose to do that in a brighter and cooler environment. Well, it's cool now, but it's not bright. Can't do much if I can't see anything through the camera lens. Is it 1 minute already? I was lost in the scenery. More like lost in the darkness. This place seems like a sports stadium. Maybe not. Maybe it is. But the grandstand looks a bit too elaborate to be just part of a school sports field. Or am I wrong? Oh, there's even a road, a fork in the road that leads into the compound. Well, from Jalan Kayu SMC and now to Sengkang GRC. From Fernville to Anchorville. Coffee shop, Lepak one corner. I wonder if it's clear enough on your end. Can you see the words? Anchorvale Horizon. Candidates for the Workers' Party at Sengkang GRC. Welcome to Sengkang town. Photo by Da Yan, Sengkang resident. Anchorvale House. I believe I have arrived at Sengkang General Hospital. I would have imagined that since this town is cyclist friendly, I should have encountered a number of cyclists one way or the other. Looks like it's just not the day and not the time to be meeting cyclists. I spoke too soon, I guess. Sengkang Community Club. And this is Compass One Shopping Center. It's after 10 p.m. I expect most of the shops, if not all, are closed. Maybe the McDonald's is 24 hours, who knows? Well, at least the dude wasn't parking. Just a tactical U-turn. And I guess we should do a tactical U-turn as well. But it's getting late and I need to find a way home. I guess I'll have to unceremoniously end the stream here. Thank you for watching. Like with most mobile live stream, please wait for the stream to be unprivated to continue your viewing experiences. I should have gotten the the entire program of the election rally at Fern Green Primary School earlier on. So if you are interested, give it a listen. If not, subscribe, click the notification button to be informed of future content. And I hope you found this stream to be... What's that tweeting sound? Satisfactory. See you in the next video and ending the stream.